Hello, it's me. I was wondering if after all these years you'd like to meet. So
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of CorbinCenter. Alright, you wrap up in Milwaukee, and then you head down to Chicago. And as you're down in Chicago, you have a match for the Tag Team Championships. But unfortunately, you had to team up with one of your conduits who hasn't quite figured out how to win yet. So tell us a little bit about the match. Tell us how it went. Let's break it down first, shall we?
All right, so Tag Team Championships, obviously another continuation in the story. We're putting this dissension between RJ and I. And I've wrestled the Bang Bros, I feel like, with so many different combinations of partners now. Because we feuded with them with me and Bucky. CJ and I have wrestled them and all this. And I got to be honest with you, guys, you'll probably never see this, but sometimes putting a match together with you guys is really tough, because you got so much shit, and then the way you word things, so anyway, trying to keep everything, and it was like we had this idea, right, this finish, and things get messed up, and it happens, and there was a miscommunication which caused the ref not to be able to see, but also not really being aware, and with when you have seven, tag team conduits and ref, there's a lot that can get missed and underneath, so it's really tough, and it does happen, and but we made it work, right? So we get there, and we got to that point, and it helped further the story, I hit one belt gets slid in, I hit Davey, and then or I try to hit Davey kicks it back in my face, knocks me out, and then RJ hits Davey falls on me, that classic finish. So they get the pin, and so RJ doesn't really cost me the match, but he costs us the match, just inadvertently. It's like bad luck Chuck, right? Still looking for that elusive win. He has not picked up that victory yet. And it's coming eventually, right? And we're building to it, right? That's where we're going. But then I get this interesting pitch to me, which we'll discuss here, because, again, I could talk more about the match, but the match itself is basically pushing the story. So when it comes time for the story, we're adding.
I find all of this incredibly entertaining. The stuff that you guys do, and this originally was supposed to end back in the summer, and then it was supposed to end in December. But now you're going to keep going. So I need to know. I need to know.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're originally, remember, the blow-off was supposed to be June of this year, right? So then the original plan gets pushed to December, and this is going to be the big blow-off with me and RJ, at least this part of the conduits. So I'm talking with Isaiah, and Isaiah goes, real quick, do you think it's too soon? I was like, too soon? I was like, I'm more worried. I don't want to drag this out because, in those angles, can we get away with it? Like the bloodline, can we do stuff like that? And so, there's a part where it's how do we do this? How do we get this to work to the spot? We have to, it's a story. We have one of the only stories that's going on that's not just matches, right? So I was like, what is your plan? What are you thinking? If not December, where do we go? And it basically became an agreement to get to June of 2026. So now we add a couple different wrinkles in there because it looks like it's still going to be building to RJ and I in a singles. But now how do we keep it rolling? That's where the idea for this 8-man tag that came up in October to give a little bit, and then Emporium, because we don't want to do the split there. We always want to do this anything at Logan Square, but we can pitch to it that would give me and RJ a reason to have a match. But that's not the official removal, right? So now we got to keep it up. And how do we do this? And how do we blend this? And how do we get to these stages? So in the whole scheme of things, what are we going to do to keep it fresh for 6 more months? Are we going to be able to do it? And I have all the faith in the world. And you've heard me talk about the conduit storyline. I want it to be RJ moves on, CJ moves, I want people to move on, but I want to integrate new people into the angle, to mix it up, to make it fresh, to keep it, and kind of have it how it works. And so my theory is, with all things, how it will break down, I'm confident that we can do it. Richie is a great character for this. RJ is a great character for this. And with every element of it, How can we play off of it? And they have a great dynamic, and I'm really excited. I really like working with my conduits. Like Sean, CJ, and RJ all have all these different elements to it. They all have their different characters, and they're coming through, which is the whole point of this. Letting your personalities and characters all shine. And I have faith that we're going to do it. But now it's going to go in a year more than it did before. And that's pretty crazy.
I am looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to what they do, and I'm looking forward to talking more about it because I love talking about your shows. That's why you should stay tuned because we're going to be discussing more CorbinCenters here coming up real soon. So stay tuned because we still got more. We are catching up on all things of this busy September, right? So stay tuned.